Yo, I know I'm not the first person to ever think this, but I got some projects that I've been dropping and I want to get back on. What project am I talking about? I'm talking about the Purgatory Academy game. What I'm working on now is not the Purgatory Academy series. It's Chimera Island. The idea for the Purgatory Academy game, which I think I privated the video and the whole devlog of it. The whole idea of the game, it was essentially a life sim about death, and there was this thing where everybody would talk about, hey, I want to make my dream game, and my game is gonna be inspired by X, Y, and Z. The first video was all about the inspirations, and I remember I wanted to do like a Yakuza, WarioWare, visual novel type collaboration that mixed everything that I was having fun, I was like having fun with playing games, and I wanted to like put everything together into this whole Purgatory Academy vibe, where there was multiple characters that you could follow, you could talk to, and stories that you can like alter and follow and change and whatnot. And my biggest problem was I had no idea where. I knew where to start, but I didn't know where to stop, per se. Well, I can't say that either, because I also knew where to stop. My biggest problem, thinking about this really quickly, my biggest problem was that I really didn't know what I was doing. In the sense of, I had a plan, I had a whole skeleton of what I was gonna work on. First, it was going to be the mechanics, how I was going to implement the mechanics, how am I going to mess around with the world. Then I wanted it to be like 3D, kind of like walking. I want the schools of the hallway, the hallway of the school to be like walking around the streets of Kamurocho from the Yakuza series, and I want there to be a random encounter of side quests on every corner, from going from plot point A to plot point B. But my main problem with that was I had no idea how to work around 3D. I had no idea how to implement all these mechanics and all these cool little get doodads and bells and whistles that I want to put it into my game. But with the whole, thanks to the internet and YouTube University, I looked at tutorials after tutorials after tutorials, and I really didn't feel like I was getting anywhere, even though I was going where I needed to go, one step at a time. Unfortunately, I had to stop because I'm already working on a lot of projects. I have this comic right here, Chimera Island. It's about a hidden island striving to find balance. You can check it out in the description below. I was also working on Purgatory Academy. It's about heaven, hell, and 4 years to decide. The idea that the game was about. I also got Let's Go Metal Hero and Just a Reaper. 4 comic series. And then having a game on that and learning 3D coding, and I don't even know, and I'm just right now figuring out how to market what I'm trying to make. So you can tell that this is that idea was such a far cry, or such a Hail Mary, shot in the dark, whatever saying you people say, whatever. It just wasn't gonna happen realistically. And time after time, I work on my projects, I work on these comics, I love these comics, I love telling these stories in the medium that I chose. But time after time, there's always some tutorial that shows up on my YouTube recommended, and I don't know why. I just stop and I listen to it because I like you people. Hey Sketch, welcome to the chat. You people, yes, you people. Oh man. But I always go to hold up. It's unprofessional for me. I always end up going back to listening to tutorials of Godot, because what I usually do, I just sit back and I like taking in as much information as I can. And the more information that I take in, the more I want to act upon learning how to make these games. And as time goes on, I picked up the idea of I do want to finish this game. I do think the ideas and the mechanics that I have for this game it can work. I just had too much bells and whistles attached to it that really isn't needed in order to tell the story that I wanted to tell. But then would have to get into the idea of I'm not just telling a story. A video game is a trifecta of different arts. You got the music, you got the art, you got the not trifecta. I guess it's a quadfecta. Is that what they call it? Yeah, I feel like it's a quadfecta. If it's not before, then it is now. You got your music, you got your art, you got the actual story of it, and then you have the gameplay. And the gameplay is king for games for me, because as of recently, I've been playing Outer Wilds. That I forgot what year it came out, but not Bethesda, but what was it? Epic Games gave it for free, and I cannot keep up with that story. Honestly, I know there are people that can, but I can't. But I don't want to get off track too much. But it's a lot of things to juggle, and with the right management, it is possible. I know it is possible. But my main problem was that I was doing too much of things that were new to me, if that makes sense. I was putting too many hats on that I was not familiar with. And as a creator, as a comic creator, as a writer, as an illustrator, if I were to go back and to make a game, I would have just make it strictly a visual novel experience. Just drop all the 3D aspects, maybe do something cool with the music. And after all that, maybe do something cool with the music. And this is like thinking about everything in hindsight, because I want to make my comics successful. And every time I look at when I'm on YouTube, I'm listening more and more about how indie games can be successful. And right now, just like from the last video I'm taking a page from indie developers of how to market their games, and I'm using that, learning how to market my own comics. Because if you strip down what I'm doing, or you strip down like what are the similarities between a video game, an indie video game, and an indie comic book, they are both projects that are made with a small group of people, and it can still be marketed to, and it's still marketed as to an audience. It's art, but in a different medium that can have an overlapping audience. But the principles of marketing art is still the same. So as I learn how to different ways of marketing this comic, and also learning how to market a video game, I keep getting bursts of energy of, hey, I want to work on this game again. I want to see these stories, these mechanics come to life. And right now, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still finding out what is the best time for me to work on it. Well, the answer is now. What do I absolutely need to do, and how can I make this thing work when I'm still trying to figure out how can I make this comic work, Because the problem with putting on too much hats is something's got to fall. That's probably something nobody else says, but that's what I'm saying right now. But what are your thoughts on it? This is just a small stream. Just People can jump in, jump out, but that's all I got to say. Thanks so much for listening, and check out my Discord. It's free. It's free for everybody at the moment. All right, see ya. Peace.